Welcome to the workshop, Exploring Tools for Success in Developmental Mathematics, the first of a multi-part series offered by the Math Department. The purpose of this presentation is to outline the changes to and expectations of the new developmental math sequence being offered at Bunker Hill Community College beginning in fall 2012. From fall 2008 to spring 2012, Bunker Hill offered a three-course sequence for developmental mathematics consisting of Fundamentals of Mathematics, Pre-Algebra, and Fundamentals of Algebra. Data analysis by the college's Office of Institutional Effectiveness and Research found that in the 2010-2011 academic year, among students placing into the first developmental level course, only 23% completed college algebra for STEM. Only 51% completed college algebra, and 58% completed statistics. The low success rate can be attributed to the fact that only 50% of students placing into the first level of the sequence passed the course on the first attempt. Additionally, the sequence had 7 possible points of exit. For a student entering into MAT 091, provided they pass the class, they must then register for the next class. Subsequently pass MAT 092 and register for MAT 094. Provided the student passes MAT 094, he or she must then register and pass the first year college level math. 7 points of exit. 7 points of exit, with the assumption of a 70% success rate at each point of exit, shows that only 8% of students entering MAT 091 pass a college-level math course. This bleak success rate motivated the Bunker Hill Math Department to revise the developmental math sequence. Significant success in 2 models of acceleration, where students could complete the first 2 levels in 1 semester, piloted from 2010 to 2012, showed evidence of student success rates at over 75%. Motivated by the possibility of sharply higher success rates, the Math Department embarked on a revision of the sequence in spring 2011. The revision was based on extensive research of current best practices across the nation, was entirely faculty-driven with strong support from the administration, and will be implemented in fall 2012. Introducing the new sequence. The new sequence constitutes a 2-course pathway for non-STEM degrees and a 3-course pathway for STEM degrees, much in line with the Carnegie Foundation StatWay and QuantWay models. Data shows that in 2011, 89% of Bunker Hill students were in a non-STEM degree. Hence, for a majority of our students, the developmental math path has been shortened by 1 course. In addition to improving student success and retention rates, there are a number of other key reasons for the revision of the developmental math sequence at Bunker Hill. They include creating a more relevant curriculum that incorporates technology, bridging the gap from basic to college level algebra, shifting away from skill building toward developing students' critical thinking skills and understanding of math's relevancy to their personal lives, and accelerating students toward successfully completing a college level math by shortening the path for most students. There are a number of key components that need to be in place for a successful implementation of the new sequence. The 7 key pieces to the puzzle to make it all work are: 1. Adopting 1 textbook across all courses and by all instructors. 2. Allowing the use of the calculator in the classroom. 3. Using Pearson's MyMathLab technology. 4. Incorporating the Math Emporium. 5. Integrating an acceleration policy. 6. Mandating an activity hour for students in 093. And most importantly, 7. Changing or enhancing the classroom pedagogy to address individual student needs. The 1 textbook chosen for all 3 courses is Pearson's Developmental Mathematics, 8th edition, by Bittinger and Beecher. The book will be available in 3 spiral-bound texts with 1 access code and sold as a set for $125.50 at the BHCC bookstore located on the 4th floor of the E building in the Charlestown campus. This significantly reduces the cost for most students, particularly those placing into 093. Additionally, by using one textbook across courses and sections, students are ensured a uniform and consistent experience as they proceed through the developmental math sequence. Integrating technology into the course is key to making our students ready for careers in the 21st century. Hence, we expect students to use calculator in their courses. A 4-function calculator for 093, a scientific calculator for 097, and a graphing calculator for 099. Additionally, instructors are expected to use MyMathLab for students' homework, low-stake quizzes and tests, and skill building. MyMathLab allows students to get immediate feedback on their homework. They can redo problems until they completely understand it and effectively earn 100% on all their homework. It also provides timely help through videos, animation, and step-by-step examples. A common MyMathLab coordinator course is being developed and will be shared with instructors during the next workshop. Implementing the additional 1-hour lab. All students taking MAT 093 must log at least 1 hour in the lab, henceforth referred to as the Math Emporium. A policy on acceptable use of the time and recommendations on how to assess that time will be provided to instructors in the following workshop. Providing an acceleration option. We have 2 successful models that accelerate the developmental math. MAT 517-518, which meets 4 days a week for 6 credits, has shown over 75% success rate, compared to close to 50% across the board. Mode of instruction and the sense of community due to regular meeting times have been instrumental in this success. The second pilot model is the computer-assisted instruction using MyMathLab, where students registered in 091 have the option of completing 092 as well within the semester, or students in 092 can also complete 094 within the same semester. In this model, about 15% have managed to complete 2 courses within 1 semester. Research shows that we must reduce the length of our developmental sequence and eliminate the many exit points where students fall away in order to increase completion rates of college math. Course policies are expected to include an acceleration policy for 093 students to complete 097 as well within 1 semester. Introducing Bunker Hill's Math Emporium. Evidence shows that the Emporium model has produced spectacular gains in student learning and impressive reductions in instructional costs, according to the National Center for Academic Transformation. Bunker Hill's Math Emporium features as a key piece in the redesign of the developmental math sequence. The Emporium will ensure that students spend sufficient time on task and receive on-demand assistance. It will facilitate the additional activity hour for the 093 students, provide tutoring and guidance to students via trained tutors, learning specialists, and lab assistants, provide timely help and advice for students via faculty spending their office hours in the Emporium, enhance learning through technology, and build a community among students through group activities. The Math Emporium Phase 1 will be ready for fall 2012. It would be located in the current M102 and M103, as well as an extension of the Vita space. Workspace in the middle of the room with octagonal desks, computers around the perimeter of the room, and improved Wi-Fi capability for computers on carts will be made available. The Emporium will be staffed adequately for fall 2012. There will be 2 full-time lab coordinators, 1 part-time math specialist, 2 part-time math tutors per shift, 1 part-time math lab assistant per shift, and an hour per week offered by the math faculty in spending their office hours in the Math Emporium. Phase 2 and Phase 3 over the next few semesters will result, hopefully, in an ideal Emporium with larger space and more assistance. Here is a preliminary drawing of the reconfiguration of M102 and M103. The last piece to make it all work is on how to enhance the pedagogy. Research and literature recommends examining the pedagogies used to teach developmental math courses. Uninspiring skill drill instruction is a key factor in student disengagement and failure. Teaching approaches that emphasize real-world engagement, multifaceted learning, experiential learning, investigation, and discovery of solutions have proven to be particularly successful. Contextual teaching, project-based instruction, and computer-assisted instruction are some examples. The new developmental sequence is designed in alignment with these recommended pedagogies. In conclusion, these 7 pieces of the puzzle are key to the success of the new developmental math sequence. Adopting one textbook, using the calculator, using Pearson's My Math Lab, incorporating the Math Emporium, integrating an acceleration policy, mandating an activity hour for students, and enhancing the classroom pedagogy to address individual student needs. Future workshops will emphasize ways to enhance one's pedagogy. Bunker Hill will greatly appreciate all instructors who have ideas and suggestions along this line. For further clarification or comments, please contact me, Professor Kiruba Murugaya, Developmental Math Coordinator at Bunker Hill Community College.